Alright guys, so I'm going to be doing CHING number 25, and I gotta keep an eye on my time. I'm trying to get this done. I have to take my dog to the vet today. Her ears are really itchy for some reason. I don't know if it's just because of allergies or what, but I just want to make sure there's nothing wrong there. So I have to take her in soon, but I'm going to try to get through this. So we last stopped at this next item here, which was a vintage brass crane bird. This was just kind of like a decor piece. This actually is from my aunt. If you guys have been watching my cha-chings, you might have I just put lip gloss on before I started filming this, and it is the thickest lip gloss ever. I don't really like it, and it probably wasn't the best thing, so I'm probably all gonna be like while I'm talking. I apologize. I am a freaking mess every time I sit down to record, but this is real life. I don't like to edit out things like this because this is just me and these are my videos. So the brass crane belonged to my aunt. I have been selling some things for her. So basically, like, obviously the selling fees and the shipping costs and stuff like that, that all comes out, and then we split the cost of what is actually left that is made. So that sold for $12.99, and I actually owe her about $35 from some other stuff as well that I have sold for her. But that brings me to the next thing. I've come to the conclusion that I am never going to be up to date with my cha-chings because I try to do 50 items each time I do a cha-ching video, and I'm still nowhere close to being caught up with them. So anyway, as I said, that was her item. Next was a vintage, these were ice cream cone shaped erasers. I got these at a barn sale. I probably paid less than a quarter for them, and I actually got a couple different shaped ones, and these ones sold for $12.99. I am a sucker for vintage stationery stuff, anything that kind of just reminds me of my childhood. I just get nostalgic for it, and I will pick it up, and I want to keep it, but if I kept everything that I'd want to keep, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I'd have quite the hoard on me. So anyway, sold those for $12.99, and I have a couple other sets in different shapes that I need to list. So not bad for a little thing of erasers, right? Next was an Urban Decay eyeshadow. You know, if you're familiar with beauty products and makeup and high-end makeup and stuff like that, you do know Urban Decay eyeshadow is pricey to begin with. This sold for $15.99. Just part of my collection that I never used. I have so many eyeshadows and so many eyeshadows of the same shades. It's ridiculous to have 20 eyeshadows of the same shade, but that's me. So I sold that one. Next was a string, well these were 3 strings, I believe it was, of vintage candy corn Halloween lights. These were really cool. I got these at a yard sale that was put on by a man that does like estate sales and auctions and stuff like that. I think I paid $1 for them, and they sold for $30.99. They did sell previously, but that person never paid. I never really mention that kind of stuff all the time when I make these cha-ching videos of like non-paying buyers and stuff like that, but that was an instance of it. I did sell them before. They weren't in a cha-ching video. They would have been in this cha-ching video. I think it had sold for maybe like I think it had sold for like $2 more than this last time around. But regardless, the first person never paid, so I had to relist those. Next was a Benefit Cosmetics face cream. Again, just something that was part of my own personal collection that I never used. That sold for $19.99. I'm not sure if they still sell that particular face cream or not, but obviously anytime with like makeup, skincare, anything, absolutely anything, if they stop making it and it's someone's absolute favorite, then you know that the resale value can be good. Next was a set of vintage Woodcrest salt and pepper shakers. These sold for $19.99, and I got those at a thrift store. I don't know if I paid like $1 or $2 for them. I sold a lot of two. These were kind of like seed bead necklaces. They looked exactly the same except they were two different colors. They had like a little medallion kind of pendant on them. These came from, I had purchased, this was like last year, I think it was. I purchased these like mystery jewelry type bags at a yard sale. I think I paid $1 for the bag, and they came out of one of those bags. So I don't really sell this lip balm. Oh my goodness. I like selling jewelry. I don't really sell a whole lot of jewelry. It's not something that I really have gotten into a lot of reselling, but I will pick it up here and there, and you know, it is something I do like to sell because it's like very lightweight, so easy to ship and that kind of thing. So those two necklaces as the lot, they sold for $12.99. Next item was a vintage ceramic Dalmatian dog. I think this went to a subscriber, and that sold for $14.99. I got that at a yard sale, but I had it lotted up with like other stuff, so I can't say exactly what I paid for it because I bought other stuff at that sale. The next item I just threw in my bag at a Fill-A-Bag rummage sale. It was a Not Your Mother's Way to Grow hair booster. I think it had come originally with 3 little tubes of this hair boosting scalp serum. One was missing, but I think they stopped making that. So that sold for $12.99. So like I said, put it in my bag at the rummage sale, so averaging out, didn't really pay much for that at all. I sold a women's chaps tunic blouse for $13.99. Next thing also went to a subscriber. It was a Murano style like stretched glass. It was kind of shaped like I think it looked like a starfish almost. The name on the sticker was something like Gruppo Vittoro or something like that. It was Italian art glass. That sold for $25.99. And I can't remember what I paid for that. I think maybe it was $2. I'm unsure. But I remember I got that at a yard sale, and it was the same sale I got a Le Creuset baking dish at. That hasn't sold yet, but they had a lot of nice stuff at that sale. Next was a vintage Japan pear shaped vase. It had the cutest, absolutely cutest face on it. I was planning on keeping that as kind of like a pen holder for my shipping desk, but I decided to sell it, and it sold for $20.49. I put that up on auction just because I didn't see anything exactly like it listed and or sold, so I just put it up on auction and let people decide what it was worth. So I miss it slightly because it was so cute. But you know, that's what it's like as a reseller. You can't make money if you ain't selling everything that you're buying. So next was a vintage NAPCO Santa Claus on a sleigh. This was like a family sleigh. I think Mrs. Claus was on it, and then 2 kids. That I put up on auction, sold for $44. Some vintage NAPCO, especially like Christmas pieces, can sell really well. There are like other ones that I think sell even better than that, but I thought that was great. I got that, where did I get that? I don't even remember where I got that. Did I get that at the barn sale? I don't think that I did. I honestly cannot no, I got that at a Filigree rummage sale. Yeah, so, I mean, I probably paid like $1 for that. Next was a men's Wrangler Pearl Snap button-up shirt. This was a size 2X. It sold for $16.99, and now I feel like I have a piece of mascara or something like going into my eyeball. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry. It's probably really obnoxious and annoying to like watch some of my videos where like I don't edit out this type of stuff, but I just try to be real with y'all. So like that's currently what's happening. I feel like I have something in my eyeball. Next was an Indiana glass amber colored covered dish that sold for $19.99. I probably got this at a yard sale for like $1. Let's see, we are at a Hallmark. This was a Griswold Christmas ornament. This sold for $49.99. So definitely some Hallmark ornaments are good to sell. Not all of them, but I mean this one was. Eric knew about this. He bought this at the auction. I don't remember what he paid, but I know it wasn't much. So that was a great sale. It did take a while, but I figured it probably would sell closer to Christmas. Next was a Wheaton glass vintage spice jar. This one had SAVORY on the front. This sold for $15.99. I can't even read my own handwriting. Hold on. I think something. No. Okay, I thought I had gotten a message on my phone. I just didn't know if like the vet was trying to get a hold of me or anything. So I got these in a lot. It was this almost like an ice cream bucket full of these Wheaton glass spice jars at a yard sale. I think I might have paid $6 for the bucket. So I don't know how many were in there. So I would say it was about $1 a piece I paid for them. I do have a couple more that I have not listed yet, but I did sell one prior to this and then this one as well. And they seem to be selling for about that price, $15.99. Next was a mini vintage Chopard perfume that sold for $12.99. I know I said in my last cha-ching, I still have some vintage miniature perfumes that had come from those auction box lots. And I do think I have some of these in this cha-ching as well. That was one of them. A little pack of Vera Bradley headbands. These sold for $9.99. And I either got them at a yard sale or I might have actually got them at a Filigree rummage sale. So averaging out, I'd say $0.25 to 50 cents I paid for those. Next was a speckled just pottery vase. I couldn't make out the maker's mark on the bottom of this, so for all I know it was something like amazing and this person got a great deal, but I sold it for $12.99. I don't really know a whole lot about pottery. I've sold some pottery pieces and I thought that they'd do better than what they did, but they didn't. So like when I see them, I'm hesitant about picking them up. But I have done well with some of them. So it's just kind of like something I personally need to just educate myself a little bit more on. But yeah, I think I probably paid like 50 cents to $1 for that. Here's another one of those mini vintage perfumes. This one was by Guy Laroche, and that sold for $15.99. A TAURUS Zodiac pendant that also sold for $15.99. When I do pick up jewelry, like when I'm actually buying it and it's not in like some sort of like grab bag kind of mystery lot. I like to look for just unique pieces like that, kind of specific, like, you know, if someone's really into astrology and that kind of thing. I just thought it was a really neat piece, so that's why I picked it up, and I probably paid like a quarter to 50 cents for it. Next was an ashtray shaped kind of like a cruise ship that sold for $22.99. I had that for a while, so I'm glad that that sold because I didn't really know if it was going to or not. You know, ashtrays again are something I feel are hit or miss. Some sell well, and some I just feel like I sit on for ages and they just don't sell. This next item is kind of weird. It's a Kraft cheese, like for the singles, Kraft cheese plastic container, so you would use it as like storage or whatever. This sold for $19.99. Surprisingly, these Kraft singles storage boxes, people want them. So yeah, I was surprised by that. I actually found that in my parents' cupboard as I was like cleaning some stuff out, and I was about to throw it in the recycling bin, and I was like, well, you know, as a reseller, I'm like, I better check just to make sure I'm not throwing money away. So I almost threw away 20 bucks. So definitely these are something I think like you might be able to find in like someone's free box at a yard sale, or, you know, for just really cheap, like a quarter to 50 cents. But yeah, that was definitely a surprising type thing, especially since it's Kraft cheese singles. Like, who eats Kraft cheese singles? I will say, like, I grew up, as a kid, I grew up with Kraft cheese singles. That's what my mom always got at the store. That was what was on my grilled cheese and stuff like that. Now that I'm an adult and I buy my own cheese, I ain't buying Kraft cheese. I get that good cheese. So when I make grilled cheese, it's the good cheese from like the deli counters. I like boar's head. So, you know, I don't know about this Kraft cheese singles anymore as an adult, but you know, as a kid, it was good. I just don't consider it cheese. Next was a Skin Anti-Aging Body Oil. This was brand new. It sold for $29.99. I got it at a yard sale. It was in kind of like a little bag filled with other items by this brand called Skin. I had never heard of it before, but I guess it's kind of on a pricey side, like women's skincare line. So that was great. I think I paid $3 for the little kit that I purchased, and I lotted it out. I don't know. I feel like I sold the other item that was in there as well, but I can't remember off the top of my head now. Next was a pair of little boys Adidas sneakers. These sold for $10.99. They came from, Eric and I purchased a storage unit at one point. I did a video on it. They came from there, and I think I have a couple of things that came from there in this cha-ching. Same here. These were a pair of little girls Nike purple sneakers. They sold for $15.99, and they also came from that same storage unit. I will say, Eric and I, we want to buy another storage unit at some point. You know, we decided to do it just to kind of get a feel for it. You know, we were just curious how it all worked, and we were just essentially curious about it. It was a lot of work. It really was a lot of work, but it was fun, and we made, I don't know, I know we at least made our money back plus some, but I don't think we made like a ton of money off of it. But it was a lot of fun. It just was a lot of work, but we both are interested in doing it again. Next was a purse by the Sack. This sold for $32.99. It was an all leather one. The Sack, I feel, this is with like a lot of things. Some of them sell well and then some not so much. I feel like I had a sack bag in my last cha-ching and it didn't go for as much as this one did. So I guess it just depends on, you know, style and color and just different factors go into it. Next was a vintage butterfly pillow. This went to a subscriber and it sold for $15.99. She actually has a YouTube channel because I'm subscribed to her, but I never know if someone's like, you know, wants me to personally say their YouTube name and that kind of thing. So if you're watching this, if you ever want me to like mention your YouTube name so, you know, other people might want to like go over and check you out, let me know. I would just say it, but I don't want to do it if like someone's not comfortable with it. You know what I mean? So just let me know. But that went to her and she has purchased quite a few things from me and I love watching her YouTube videos. Her personality is awesome. Next was a pair of Sperry booties. These sold for $18.99. One of those items that I debated on keeping because they were really, really cute, but I decided to sell them. Let's see. The next was a Russian birch box. This sold for $15.99. I got this at a yard sale for, I want to say $1 maybe, but there was like, I remember there was like old foreign, well maybe they weren't old, but there were foreign coins in there. I just thought it was so beautiful. The box was absolutely gorgeous. So next was a Kurt Adler Heavenly Floral Shop. This sold for $34.99. It was just kind of like this little village type building. Eric had purchased a bunch of these at a yard sale. I forget what we paid for all of them, but he has been selling them. So we haven't sold all of them. There are still some, but you know, they are leaving the house. I think there's another one in this cha-ching actually. Okay, so last cha-ching you saw these Hazel Atlas candy stripe mugs that I sold, the turquoise ones, for a good amount of money. And I said that there were some colors that are better than others. Well, the red wasn't one that was super, I guess, a super popular color. So this was a lot of two, and they sold for $19.99. Paid $3 a piece, so $6 I paid for those ones. I wasn't gonna pick up the red ones, but while I was there, while I was at the estate sale, I was like, I might as well just pick them up because when am I ever going to come across these again? You know what I mean? I mean, maybe I will, but I just always assume that like when I find something that I've never found before, it's probably the last time I'll ever find it. Next was another pair of little boys Nike sneakers. Again, these came from the storage unit. They sold for $16.99. A fossil wallet. This was a brown fossil wallet, sold for $19.99. I got that at a yard sale. And I may have paid $5 for that. I am unsure. It was brand new though, in the box. And I like fossil, so I got it. Next was a box of Mercury Glass vintage Christmas ornaments. I put these up on auction and they sold for $41. And I got them at a yard sale and I'm pretty sure I paid 75 cents for the box. So that was a great sale. I was so scared shipping those though. I'm assuming they got there all right because no one has contacted me about anything being broken. But I always like say a little prayer when I ship out stuff that's that fragile. Next was a vintage Nestle Quick tin. This sold for $29.99. So if you ever see these, I know some of them can sell even better than the tin that I had. I got this at a yard sale. I think I paid $1 for it. It's one of those things that I feel like are probably harder to find because not a lot of people hang on to stuff like that. It just gets, you know, thrown away. But people do collect old tins, old just like advertising type pieces. So definitely if you ever come across one, just take a look, like look it up and make sure, because you probably want to get it. Next was a bar of Crabtree and Evelyn soap in the scent Summer Hill. This sold for $24.99. I think it's a fragrance that they don't make anymore because it's kind of pricey for a bar of soap, but I don't think that they make that fragrance anymore. And I got that at a yard sale. It was in my soap stash because just like a candle stash, I have a soap stash. And I probably paid like 50 cents for it at a yard sale. Next was a Greek jar or urn or just a decorative piece kind of thing. I got this at a yard sale. I don't remember what I paid for it. Maybe like $3 at the most. It sold for $29.99. A Don't Bother Me, I'm Crabby mug sold for $19.99. I got this at a yard sale and it was like a donation type thing. It was a really cute mug. I liked that. And it was real big too. Next was another necklace. This one was similar to the ones that I sold, just made of these like chunky seed beads. And that sold for $9.99. And again, I think that came from one of those kind of like mystery grab bags I got at that yard sale for $1. I did an unbagging essentially of I think just one of those bags. And I don't know, for whatever reason, I just never did the other two. I think I felt like no one really was interested in seeing the videos, so I didn't bother with the other ones, but now I'm kind of kicking myself for doing that. That was when it was a while back, so I'll just kick myself for that. You can kick me for it too. I give you permission. Next was a Quarry Critters little mouse figurine. These were in like an apple core. These were so cute. This sold for $29.99 and I got a box of these at a yard sale. I think I paid $3 for the box, and I did already sell a couple of the Quarry Critters figures. I think I have one listed currently, and I actually hung on to one. So I haven't sold that one yet, but it'll probably make its way onto eBay. So this is another one of those Kurt Adler angel kind of houses. This one was called the Heaven's Sake Music Studio. That sold for $34.99. So Eric definitely made his money back on those plus some. So I'm proud of him for that, because it wasn't something that like I personally probably would have purchased. So that's just the fun thing about reselling. Like, everyone's kind of interested in selling different things, you know what I mean? So next was a soft surroundings top. This sold for $19.99, and I got this at a thrift store, I believe, for $1. I sold a 925 sterling silver angel necklace for $14.99. I got that at a yard sale for $0.25. This is a lot of two purses. They went to the same person. I don't know if it was a subscriber or not. One was a Coach bag, and that sold for $28.99. And the other purse was by a company called Azra, and that sold for $35.99. So the Coach, I'm sure I got at a yard sale, and I think I'd probably paid $5 for it. And then the Azra bag I got at a Fill-A-Bag rummage sale. Next, thing was a lot of 2 Royal Secret perfumes. They sold for $79.99. If you ever see Royal Secret perfume, it's one of those perfumes that my camera just shut off, so I don't remember what I was saying. The Royal Secret perfumes are discontinued, hard to find, so if you find them, they are definitely worth picking up to resell. And those came from one of the auction box lots. Next was a Disney Mickey makeup bag. This was an older makeup bag or travel bag, you know, whatever you want to use it for. It sold for $9.99, and I think that also came from a Filigree rummage sale. A vintage strawberry shortcake doll sold for $12.99. I paid $1 for this at an estate warehouse sale. And then the last thing that I have for this cha-ching is a Wedgwood ornament that sold for $12.99, and I got that at a yard sale for, I'd say, $1 I spent on that. But that is everything for this cha-ching. I think I probably went through this a lot quicker than what I normally would, just because, like I said, I want to make sure that I am ready to go once it's time to take my dog up the street to the vet. So I don't think it's anything, you know, serious or anything like that. I think it's just allergy related, because when the seasons change, she gets, like, her allergies start acting up, and part of that is when she gets, like, really itchy. I gave her a bath the other day hoping it might calm some of it down, but she still seems just really, like, the ears are bothering her itch-wise, so I just want to make sure that it's nothing other than allergies. But that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You'll have to let me know what you thought down below, and until the next cha-ching, I will see you later.